Borderlands 3. Wouldn't that be something? Borderlands 1 was amazing. Borderlands 2 was everything Borderlands 1 was, but better. And you'd think with the success of Borderlands 2 that Gearbox would be hard at work on making their third installment of the series. But Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford says, "I'm not going to fuck around with you like Valve does with Half-Life 3. We know we want it and we know it should exist, but we don't know what it is yet." You have to have some respect for that. You see, a lot of developers today, they make games because they want money. They make games because they feel they have to. They don't make games because they want to, it seems. It's all driven by money now, you know? So, by Gearbox holding off on their third installment, and they know damn well that third installment would make them a lot of money, they're not making it yet because they're not sure what it is yet that they want to do with the game. What they want to do with the series, really. The CEO, Randy Pitchford, he said that he wants it to be a next gen. He wants it to be a crazy, and I quote, a crazy multi-platform. But he wants it to be bigger and better than Borderlands 2. He wants it to be a follow-up on the story. And that really gets me thinking, because if you remember how Borderlands 2 ended, spoiler alert, there were multiple vaults, right? There was a map they showed of the galaxy, and there were multiple vaults. So will there be some sort of like space travel, kind of like a Mass Effect game where you can travel from planet to planet? I'm curious how that would work. You know, I have an extensive wish list on Borderlands 3. The reason I'm talking about this is because they just announced the last DLC for Borderlands 2. It's the 5th Headhunter DLC. Has to do with Hammerlock. And it kind of got me sad because I fucking love Borderlands 2 and its extensive support, and they keep adding to it all the DLCs. There's so much DLC for that game, seriously. They basically doubled the playtime the game came with, if not more, in my opinion. So, you know, out of curiosity, I checked, are they going to make a Borderlands 3? Is it in the making? And to hear no was kind of disappointing, but at the same time, I respect it, because they're not saying, yes, we're making a Borderlands 3 because they want money. They're not saying that, you know, I mean, I could use a whole bunch of examples, but you understand where I'm coming from, right? A lot of game developers, they have a successful game, they want to make another one right away. And that new one that comes out might not be near as good. Fuck it, I'll say it. Call of Duty series, how about that? Remember Call of Duty 4? How great it was? And now you look at what we have today. How many Call of Duties have we had since COD 4? And how similar are all the Call of Duties to COD 4? You know what I mean? There's nothing new being brought to the table. Borderlands 1 was a great game. Borderlands 2, it was everything Borderlands 1 was, but better. Seriously, everything, it was just perfect. Graphics were better, gameplay was, everything was better. Story, it was all there. And Borderlands 3, I mean, you have to admit, if they were to just throw one in the making right now, it might not be what they want. You know what I mean? Like, they say they want it to be next gen. They want it to be a crazy multi-platform. They're not sure what they want it to be yet. You know what I mean? Story-wise, the feel you get when you play the game, they don't have that developed yet. You know what I mean? So instead of pumping out a new game like previous developers have, just because of the money, they know that their series is successful and they know they're gonna make money. They're gonna actually put time and effort into this game. And unlike Valve, they're not gonna fuck around with us by teasing it. You know, they're gonna say, probably. I hope they're gonna say. You know, I like Gearbox. I hope they're gonna say, you know, when it's being developed. But right now, they said no, it's not being developed right now, which sucks. But at the same time, I completely respect it for the reasons they gave us. And April 15th is when the Headhunter DLC will come out for Steam. It's Sir Hammerlock versus the son of Crawmerax. And yeah, so leave a comment. Tell me what. Tell me your wish list. Tell me your wish list of what you want to be in Borderlands 3. Personally, a few things I wouldn't mind seeing would be some sort of implementation of armor upgrades. We can upgrade our shields, our weapons, our weapon mods. I wouldn't mind there being something to do with armor, because there's enemies in Borderlands 2 with armor and shields and health. So I think there should be 3 levels of health now, you know what I mean? Health, armor, and then shields. That's something interesting, possibly. Another interesting thing would be some sort of bow, crossbow, a regular bow, something like that, a lobbed weapon perhaps, grenades. They do have grenade launchers in Borderlands too, but I wouldn't mind seeing a bow with different type of arrows, potentially. I know it's different, and mortars. That'd be pretty cool as well. That's all I can come up with off the top of my head right now. I wouldn't mind seeing like space travel of some sort. Perhaps more open world. I'm not really sure though, because this game is pretty open world. There's a lot of different areas you can get to. Maybe leave out the fast travel station part. I mean, keep it in, but maybe separate or cut out the load screens in between worlds. Make it feel even more open world. You know what I mean? And I really wouldn't mind seeing a Mass Effect styled, you know, interplanetary traveling. That'd be pretty sick as well. But then that raises a whole new, you know, side to this game. Will there be, can you actually drive vehicles in space? Will there be, you know, can you drive spaceships around? You know what I mean? Will there be enemies in space that attack you? And I'm not sure if I like that or not, because this is a first-person shooter RPG, but it kind of isn't when you're forced to drive vehicles around in space. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I personally don't like the vehicle system in Borderlands. Not that it's bad, I just don't like vehicles for the most part. I mean, Battlefield I have the exception for, and even Halo, but otherwise I don't like vehicles too much in games that aren't supposed to be vehicle based. It is interesting to think about though, but like I said, it's not being developed yet. This is all just talk. So leave a comment. What do you think about this? What do you think should be in the new Borderlands? And yeah, talk to you guys later. Peace.